What if AI made office work 10 times faster overnight, and your job changed before your company even had time to react? Not in some distant science fiction future, but in the next budget cycle inside real firms, real salaries, and real departments. The shock would not look like robots walking into the building. It would look quieter than that. Fewer hires, fewer promotions, faster outputs. And then suddenly entire layers of white-collar work would be exposed as optional. The most dangerous part is that the first wave would not feel like a crisis. It would feel like efficiency. Companies would say they are becoming leaner, smarter, and more competitive. But behind that language, the real question is brutal. If half of office work becomes cheap, instant, and scalable, who gets the gains, who gets pushed out, and which countries turn this shock into power before everyone else catches up? Stay with this one, because the first companies to move will not announce a revolution. They will quietly change the rules while almost nobody is watching. In the first 30 days, the corporate reset would happen almost invisibly. Hiring freezes would hit junior roles first, because if an AI agent can draft the report, sort the inbox, summarize the meeting, and prepare the follow-up, then why spend months training a new employee to do it manually? The answer for most companies would be that they simply would not. That is how the shock starts. This is why so many jobs that look safe are actually the first ones to be reshaped. Administrative assistants, analysts, coordinators, support teams, junior consultants, and document-heavy roles all share one weakness. Much of their work is text-based, repetitive, and easy to structure. That does not mean every one of those jobs vanishes overnight. It means the job shrinks. If you can already see how this reaches into your own industry, keep watching. The real fight is not whether AI works, it is who gets to keep the value it creates. And here's the trap. Productivity can rise while workers get weaker. In the short term, companies would celebrate lower costs, faster execution, and better margins. A task that used to take 3 days now takes 3 minutes. A process that needed a team now needs one operator plus an AI system. From the boardroom, that looks like progress. From the employee side, it can look like a slow squeeze. Because when output rises faster than labor demand, bargaining power shifts. That brings us to the first real winner, the companies that adopt fastest. If one firm uses AI agents to reduce overhead and another waits, the first firm can underprice, outpace, and outgrow the second. This is why adoption becomes a competitive weapon, not just an internal upgrade. The shock does not stay inside one office, it spreads through an entire industry. This is the moment most people miss. The winners are not just using AI, they are reorganizing around it. If you want this kind of analysis, make sure you stay with the channel, because the next layer changes the whole map. Now zoom out, because this is no longer just a company story. It becomes a country story. Nations with cheap energy, strong cloud infrastructure, abundant compute, and fast regulatory adaptation would gain a major advantage. They could scale AI-driven firms faster, cut operating costs sooner, and export more services at lower prices. Countries that depend heavily on service exports but move slowly would feel pressure almost immediately. And that is where the economic shock becomes geopolitical. If office work gets 10 times faster, then scale matters more than ever. The countries that can build, train, and deploy AI systems at speed will not just save money. They will set the pace of global business. They will attract capital, increase margins, and pull high-value decision-making closer to their own ecosystems. Meanwhile, economies built on large pools of routine knowledge labor could face a hard transition. And if you are noticing that this is bigger than employment, you are right. It is about power, leverage, and who owns the next version of productivity. So what happens to the worker? The answer is not total disappearance. It is a redesign of the human role. The people who remain valuable are the ones who can supervise AI, validate results, frame the right questions, and handle the moments where judgment matters more than speed. That creates a new office class, smaller, sharper, more technical, and more expensive. But it also means the old path into the middle class becomes harder to enter. The real shock of a 10x faster office is that it would not look like chaos at first. It would look like success. Better margins, faster delivery, leaner teams, cleaner spreadsheets. But underneath that calm surface, the economy would be reorganizing around a new rule. Routine knowledge work is no longer scarce. And when that happens, the value shifts to ownership, infrastructure, strategy, and the ability to direct machines instead of just operating like one more cog in the system. If this breakdown made you think differently about AI, subscribe to the channel, follow for more geopolitical scenarios, like the video, and leave a comment with the one job you think would change first in your country. Because the next big AI story may not be about machines becoming human. It may be about entire economies deciding how much human work they still want to keep.